Hey, you over there! You know how there's brewing in Minecraft? All these potions here are all brewed with ingredients I found. But what about brewing beer, huh? What about whiskeys? Why can't we brew that, huh? Oh, because Minecraft is for all ages? Oh, come on, I've sure never drank alcohol in real life before, but I sure know I can in Minecraft. Which is why we have the mod Let's Do Brewery. Alright, to make ourselves a sumptuous mug of beer like this one, we're gonna need to start from the basics. Farming. We got 3 new crops here. Hops, barley, and corn. You can find these seeds from the wild or trade it from a brewmaster villager. Nothing too special, but these hops here, these hops are great because alone it's only able to grow up to 2 blocks tall, so only 2 hops per harvest. But with this legendary item called the rope, we can support our little hop plants and allow it to grow up to 8 blocks tall. Oh, and the rope, we can connect it however we like on fences and tripwires. Connect it horizontally, vertically, or even diagonally. Do it however you like. Imagine the builds you can make with this. But do remember, in order to craft a rope, you'll need strings and barley. So maybe it's smarter to grow some barley before hops. Alright, now that we have harvested our crops, whether it be the classic wheat, hops, barley, or corn, we can take it straight to turn it into beer. But with raw crops like this, the only beer we can make are hops beer, which is a cool beer, but since the other crops can't be turned into beer or whiskey like this, I recommend drying them out first. And how can we do that, you ask? By placing them into these guys, silos. These wooden silos can be crafted out of 9 wood planks. Place it down and we can now store our crops in them for drying. A max height of a silo is 9 blocks tall, so the taller your silo is, the more crops you can store in it. Once it's done drying, it will spit out the dry crops just like this. You can also keep it in the silo even after it's dry by just shutting the door. There's also this copper silo which you can upgrade your wooden silo to it, but to do that, you'll need a century smithing template and a copper bar. You wanna know why you should upgrade it? For absolutely no reason. It's just looks. Okay. There, just like that, and we got all the ingredients needed to make beers and whiskey. Let's start by making beer, shall we? First thing to keep in mind is that every beer's main ingredient are hops and brown mushrooms for whiskeys. Now, if you come over here, you see this? This is where the magic happens. It's the brewing station. I know, it's huge, right? The type of beer you produce depends on the ingredients you put in. We got barley beer, hops beer, wheat beer, and even a Haley beer. So first, place the ingredients to make the beer you want. I'm making wheat beer. Then, pour a bucket of water in it. Once you're ready, place the coal in the furnace right here to start it up. But here's where the real challenge begins, so lock in. The water's overflowing? Oh no! Well, scoop it up with an empty bucket, you dummy. If it's getting too little, refill it with a new water bucket. If the machine needs redstone, place redstone in it. And would you look at that? We're done! Now just scoop it up with beer mugs and voila! If you somehow did all the steps on time without messing up, you'll get yourself a tier 3 quality mug of beer like me. But I understand, beer is too weak for you. You're a strong man. So you'll need whiskey, right? No? Well, I'll teach you how to make one anyways. To make whiskeys, we'll need to upgrade our brewing stations to either a copper brewing station or a netherite one. Of course, the netherite one brews better whiskeys, so we'll be using that instead. It's the same process for making beer, but instead of putting hops like beer, we use brown mushrooms. And with different ingredients, we get all these different bottles of whiskey. But the real question is, what actually happens if you drink all these beer or whiskeys? Obviously, you get drunk, you stupid. Well, it depends on what drink you drank, as there are new status effects with these drinks. Wheat beer turns you into a Disney princess, making animals follow you. Barley beer will make you so drunk, you can talk just like your dad to a random taxi driver, which means trading prices will be cheaper. Then we got the hops beer that makes fireworks go off when you punch a mob. And don't forget about the whiskeys, which I'll let you find out yourself. Sure, none of these status effects really make sense, but I'm sure nothing makes sense when you're drunk. This mod also have decorative blocks, food like fried chicken, furniture, cosmetics, and a breathalyzer? Yeah, I guess we're gonna need this to check on how drunk we are, because I forgot to mention that if you drink too much, you'll get nausea before blacking out and waking up at a random place. How fun and realistic. Anyways, that's the Let's Do Brewery mod to you. If you could, leave a like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment that below. I try my best to reply to every comment. Until next time, goodbye.